everyone, this is Cindy of Creating with the Heart, and today I am sharing the Not Too Shabby Shop Stamp and Die of the Month. So today's project is going to be an ink blending night sky. It can also be used as sort of a galaxy kind of project, and so it's a really easy background. So you need 3 or 4 colors of complementary ink and black. So I'm using Distress Oxide for this project. You can use whatever you'd like, but I'm using kind of a green, a blue, and a pink and a yellow, and you can see those colors right there. And I'm going to go ahead and use these colors, but you easily can use any inks that you have that you use for blending. You also could use a white gel pen or some kind of white ink that you can use to splatter. So those things kind of are really the main things that help you get that galaxy, is that black ink and some white splatter. All right, so I'm going to be inking on a A2 sized panel, and I'm just going to be using some blending brushes. Now I keep a separate set of blending brushes for my Distress Oxide ink because it just has such a different formula than regular inks. All right, so I am going to start with the blue color, I believe, and that is, I think it's Broken China. And all I'm going to do is just put down some ink right down the middle of the paper. Now I'm going at an angle. You could go back and forth, and you can do it however you'd like, but I kind of like the look of that you get by going at an angle. Now I'm on to my green, and I'm using the Cracked Pistachio, and I'm kind of doing a little bit of blending on the blue, but I'm not real concerned about that because a lot of this ink is going to get blended with black. And so I've got some more green there. And now I'm going to move to I think I'm going to move to the pink, which is that Quiche Flamingo. Oh no, I'm going to the yellow, which is Scattered Straw. Then I'll be doing the pink last. So what I'm going to do is the yellow on the one side, that I have the white left, and then the pink is going to be there on the bottom. All right, so on to the pink. I'm just going to go ahead and blend that pink right over. All right, so once I've got that pink down, then it's time for the black. And a lot of this color is going to get covered up by the black. The color is only going to kind of pink through the black. So I'm focusing more on the edges, going all the way around that cardstock. And then kind of lightly doing the middle with the black and kind of just blending out those edges. All right, and now you can kind of see the color kind of peeking through. And so from here, this is where you would put your white splatter. And so I'm going to be using this Doc, PhD Doc white. And you also, I normally use my Copic white for splatter, but I had picked this up to try, and so I'm just going to get a little paintbrush, and I'm going to put it on my block and spritz it with water. So I'm going to spritz it with water, and you can see that I did show a little sample of how you can just do it with a white gel pen if you don't have any special ink. But you can use any kind of white ink that you have, watercolor, acrylic, anything that you have. And I just am spraying it with a little bit of water and then tapping that ink right onto that panel until I get kind of the look I'm going for. So this is a really great way to do a galaxy background if you wanted to do some sort of a space themed card. But this is also perfect just for a night sky. And I like how that came out. So you can see it really does look like a galaxy background. So I'm going to go ahead and set that aside to dry. And I'm going to clean up a little bit here. I'm going to clean my block, and I'm also going to clean my glass mat. Okay, so I already have a panel that is already dry and ready to go. And what I've done is I've gone ahead and I have stamped and embossed in silver the fireworks right there. So that's already ready to go. And you can see those colors coming out. And so I do have a panel. I used the cracked pistachio on some white and then just did some ink splatter. And I used, you know, I've got a ton of these like hill type slopes, they could be snow slopes, stamps, dies. And so I just used one here for my little hill. And then I used some VersaFine Clear ink and some black embossing powder for my sentiment. And so I got that VersaFine Clear from the Not Too Shabby shop. I really am enjoying that. It is a very vibrant black ink. And so right now I'm going to go ahead and put some double-sided tape on the back of my panel so I can get that adhered to my A2 size card base. And so I'm going to go ahead and put that down and then put down my little hill. And so the hill will go right there on the bottom. Take those little sticky backs. This ink, this double-sided tape is from Altenew. And so now I've got my stamped image. I colored with Copics. And so what's really cool about the die set for this stamp and die is that the little arms cut as well, so it gives a little place for the bear to hold something. So the bear is going to hold a firecracker, and then I'm just going to use some double-sided tape, and that will also keep that firecracker in place. And actually it's on foam tape. I'm going to go ahead and take my liner off of that foam and set my little bear on the hill. And lastly, I have some little white stars. These are, I think they're like clay stars or plastic stars. I got them from Tailored Expressions, and so I thought they would be kind of a fun little element to add to the card. I'm also going to be adding some sequins to the centers of the fireworks. So I'm getting some sequins out, and I'm going to be using my Barely Arts glue, and I'm going to go ahead and do the sequins in the centers of those fireworks. And then I'm going to lay down some glue for my little clay stars. And I just really like the dimension that the little stars give. I mean, it's not totally necessary because I think, you know, the white splatter really comes through, but the stars are kind of fun. And so there's a card. Thank you for watching.